Okay, Dr. RJB here, and I wanted to talk about something that I'm very familiar with, and that's acne. When I was a teenager, I had some terrible acne, and it wasn't until I finally met a dermatologist who was able to help me. Initially, I had a dermatologist who had all kinds of treatments for acne. Remember, one, he had me soak my face in the sink with a sulfur material, stunk like rotten eggs, very embarrassing. The next dermatologist I went into wanted me to clean my face with Comet kitchen cleanser with chlorine bleach. I was not going to use bleach on my face, so that was the last time I saw him. Finally met a dermatologist who started me on some antibiotics. And the antibiotics are there to suppress the acne bacteria. Acne forms when the oil glands get plugged up from excess oil, and basically the bacteria that are in the oil gland starts multiplying, and once it gets going, the body reacts to it, throws white blood cells into the area, and that's why you get the white colored pimple. The pimple contains the white blood cells and bacteria, and eventually it's going to drain. One of the things you'll notice when you first start on the antibiotics is that the size of the pimple is much smaller. If you have little abscesses and you take the antibiotics, well, maybe now you just get maybe some tiny little pimples, but there's not going to be so much scarring when you get on the antibiotics. Now, the antibiotics are going to have to be continued for about 3 months. This is something that's going to take a while before you're able to kill the bacteria sufficiently and relieve enough inflammation that your face goes back to the point where you don't break out so much. Part of the job that the antibiotics do is they relieve inflammation. It's not just the bacteria that are important, but it's inflammation too. So that's why you have to be on them for a long enough period of time for these antibiotics to soak into the skin and take care of the problem. Most common antibiotic is tetracycline or some type. The one that I've used in the past is called minocycline, but there's other tetracyclines that can be used, and they're all basically kind of doing the same thing, relieving inflammation, suppressing the bacteria so they don't grow so fast. Now I got to tell you something that's very controversial. Most people will tell you gotta wash your face 10 times a day. I'm going to tell you, I don't want you to wash your face even once. The reason is this. Most soaps are a pH of about 11 to 12. Our skin surface, if you don't wash it, has a pH of about 5 to 6. So basically when you're using soap and washing your face so often, you're basically changing the pH of the skin. And the reason the skin is acidic is to suppress bacteria. So washing your face a lot, it sounds like a good idea because, you look dirty when you have acne. You really aren't dirty. It's just an infection. And you're not going to kill it with soap. You can't kill it with soap. Actually, when you wash your hands, with the soap, do you realize that you're not killing bacteria? What are you doing? You're rinsing the bacteria off your skin. That's actually what happens when you use soap. Bacteria form a biofilm, on their skin surface. You take the bacteria and you wash them off your hands when you use the soap on your hands, but you're actually not killing the bacteria. You need to use something a little bit more caustic, like alcohol or some other thing like betadine to actually kill bacteria. They're a little bit too caustic to be using all the time. So use soap and you rinse the bacteria off your skin so that they're down the drain and they're not growing on your skin. But you're not killing bacteria. This is a falsity. You know, the same thing goes with acne. You're not going to kill those bacteria that are causing the pimples. So be gentle to the skin. And you don't want to be alkalinizing your skin. You want to be keeping the skin acidic. So I recommend kids who have acne wash their face with plain water. Now, the girls will say, but I have makeup. So what am I supposed to use? Baby wipes. Baby wipes are gentle for the baby's skin, and they can be gentle for your skin too. And you can use the baby wipes to remove your makeup, because they have some oils in there that help to, you know, cleanse the face and remove the makeup. You know, and doing it this way has less chance of alkalinizing your skin than if you use soap on your face. Now, there are some acne soaps that are available. The one that I would recommend is getting yourself a acne soap that contains salicylic acid. You heard that I said acid in that. Okay, so our skin pH is acidic. I told you it's somewhere around 5 or 6. When you use salicylic acid on your skin, it acidifies the skin instead of making it basic. So if you're going to use an acne soap, use one that contains salicylic acid. By the way, salicylic acid, where do you hear that from? That's what's in aspirin, by the way. Acetyl salicylic acid. That's what aspirin is all about. So salicylic acid can be used to acidify the skin, and that helps to prevent the acne bacteria from growing because it's acid, and like I mentioned, acid prevents bacteria from growing. So at least this way you're not irritating the skin so much. If you have dry skin problems, it's good to use a moisturizer. And don't forget to use a sunscreen in the summertime, because if you get a sunburn on your face, you're going to break out more. It's a good idea to wear sunscreen on your face to block the sun, prevent some of the irritation problems. In general, you want to prevent irritation to the skin, you know, and that'll help to prevent the irritation and inflammation that causes the acne process. Okay, so hopefully this is helpful. If you don't like my controversial statement about not using soap, try it, see what happens. Okay, take care.